Patriots and beautiful people around the world. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Periscope. Wanted to let you know that it is March 27th, 2019, 1:03 p.m. on the East Coast time. And we got, Carly Bond. We're going to get our noodle baked today. Carly, stay tuned. You'll like it. And really quick, wow, just tons of winning going on. We've got a new case against Avenatti versus the United States. Carly Bond actually made Zero Hedge as well, so she's a famous person now. Carly, can I get your autograph? And I know somebody else that might want your autograph, Carly. And I'm going to introduce my partner in justice, Shady Grooove. Hey, Shady.
Oh, I would absolutely love an autograph. How are you doing out there, Patriots worldwide? Can you just feel the winning? I mean, it is breathtaking out there. What is happening around the around this whole group, man? You guys are just something stellar, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today in the Matrixxx with the Matrixxx Groove Hour and all you wonderful, wonderful anons out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, somebody just said, "Hey, it's a bended knee hour," and wants us to say a prayer, and I'd like to just I'll just do that. 1 p.m. is bended knee, saying a prayer for our POTUS, our Republic, and our Patriots. And for now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part. Then I shall fully know, even as I'm fully known. Corinthians 13:14-13. Amen. Thank you for that. And thank you very much, Ricky Lee B. I really appreciate that. We all appreciate that. And we went into some Q posts yesterday. We actually had live Q posts on the air in the Matrixxx Groove Hour. It's almost like Q's listening, giving us some source, if you will, and piling on top. So I'm just going to quickly run through and just give an update because we need to kind of look at what kind of happened, because I want to talk. Alice Adams, thank you. Much appreciated. Your support is absolutely amazing, people. It keeps us going. We're working on live Q posts for the website. Could be about a week away. I'm not going to quote anybody on that because I don't want to, hurry anybody up, because
We have to test
job.
that thing out, make sure it runs.
Yeah, got to test it. Then we're also looking at upgrading the social media site again, believe it or not. But it might be able to have an app for that. So it will, over 50% of our users are on mobile based, and we've got over 3,500.
Yes, and lots of people have been asking about that, and so we are looking into a couple of different options that seem very promising to get you set up to where it can work with your mobile devices out there. We're listening to you as we move along. This is so much fun to be creative in real time and suggest things and take information from people out there that show us stuff and integrate it. This is exactly how I envisioned this, man.
Yep, and Edward, $17. It's Q dollars. Thank you. United States of Q here. Thank you very much, man. That's awesome.
You are all Q.
Yeah, we are all Q. We are doing this together. Bake Your Noodle was from the movie The Matrixx, the Oracle part. Yes, right, Nurse Net. And we're going to go into that as well, because there's a lot of different things that we're going to uncover with that. So stay tuned with the Matrixxx Groove Hour. All right, no problem. Thank you, Edward. So this is the site right here. This is the new to Q part. This is the store. It sells t-shirts and cool stuff like that. It looks like some people are getting their t-shirts now. Mind you, when you sign up, they print them every 3 to 4 days, so it takes a little bit of time to get them. So get your shirt now and early, or you can pay for a rush. It's via Teespring. I have no control over it, but I'm wearing my Matrixxx Groove shirt right now, Shady, and I love it.
You look really good in that.
Don't I look good?
You do.
Yeah,
you really do.
It's got the Matrixxx Groove Hour on the back.
And I don't like to give compliments.
You don't. And I'm very honored. So that's the store. Then we've got the QArmy social network. We're going to be coming out with some, merch around this as well. This is the QArmy social network right here. We've got over 3,500 people. And here is Webmaster Q, migrate data and accounts and photos. People are migrate nothing, migrate accounts only. So we're trying to figure out what is the best way to better our social platform with a mobile app. So we're working on stuff. Yeah, it's not just we're just sitting here doing nothing, guys. We're actually working on stuff. So get over here and, should, God forbid, Twitter and Facebook go down, we have a meetup place right here at the QArmy social network. Okay, so this is just a little bit. There's Matilda right there. She's very active here. Much love to you and hubby, Matilda. And, this is where we can be. If I get knocked off, if Shady gets knocked off, if Kiwi gets knocked off, Kiwi's there. And he's amazing, by the way. So, guys, thank you so much for your support on this. We are doing stuff to make our movement better. I mean, we're so fractured and so divided, and I use that in air quotes.
Right, and this is really great to see so many people bringing information to the site and working together in groups already, and taking the information and sharing with each other, and then taking it to the other platforms of Facebook and Twitter, and working together out there. This is what it's about. This is what we think Q wants us all to be doing, is to be loud and be heard and to start getting organized. And I really do see this momentum pushing forward in a very, very positive way, especially with everything we're seeing in the news right now. I mean, you're watching the mainstream news deflate right in front of you.
Man.
I mean, really look at it. I had 4 or 5 people call me yesterday evening and say, what is going on? And I was like, I understand. I told you it was going to get a little crazy. This is just the beginning. Hold on to your hat. And then ended up in 2 really good conversations with people who were not on the fence as far as some of this stuff goes, and who are really starting to open their eyes and say, wow, we were fooled, and they're upset about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And my mom, I was upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, so this Smollett guy is gonna get off scot-free, man. I mean, and then Q basically answered our question during our show yesterday. We're gonna kind of go over that a little bit. And in the chat, I just dropped several ways you can help donate and help the cause here. If we do go to the next step on the social media, there is a pretty significant cost on that, just so you know. 412, what's up, brother? All right, so here we go. So we're going to just quickly go over some of these Q posts, because we saw these yesterday. This is the Q post, and I want to specifically talk about this one. This is the, what is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, what's her state of health? Are there pictures being avoided for a reason? Pics in and out of home, in and out of cars are easy, says Q. And Q asks us to look at 1956. In the timeline, and we didn't really have much there, but here they don't allow cameras in the Supreme Court anymore, due to this, in my opinion, right? And Neon Revolt did an amazing article on this, and this is the breaking. It says big secret RBG new QAnon Great Awakening Neon Revolt, and he says, I've had a larger article that he's working on, but breaking, potentially huge, and I wanted to write a mini article that he had unearthed today, completely by accident. This mini article will concern only one QAnon drop from early this morning, but I think you'll agree it's huge. It's drop 3195. So Q gives us the link to the Supreme Court oral argument on 320 and directs us to listen to RBG's questions at the time listed above. And here's Q's link. And he listened last night, and he was immediately discouraged because, frankly, I was hoping RBG kicks the bucket soon. She has some recent health scares, and I'm sure you're well aware of. But here, she sounded, cognate, coherent, and quite vocal. And unlike some who had thought his was the result. This was the result of a voice double. This sounded exactly like RBG to me. And here's an interview clip for reference, and we'll just hear a little bit of it. Hang on one second. Let me just go up over here.
Bit of luck. I had more than a little bit of luck.
My own world.
All right, so that's RBG. So yeah, that's her on the Supreme Court clips as far as I know. And if it's not, it's a heck of a voice actress, because she's a dead ringer for RBG. But something was bothering me about this clip, and I wasn't sure what it was exactly, so I returned early this afternoon. I had it playing on a tab in my browser, and I clicked ahead, and suddenly I heard what I thought was a repeat audio that I just heard. Huh? That's weird, I thought to myself. I clicked back and listened again. There was that voice again, Kagan's voice. I clicked forward. Kagan again. Listen for yourself. Start at 12:25 or 21:25 and wait for Kagan to come on and say, Mrs. Johnson, some. Then click forward to 22:38, and again you'll hear Mrs. Johnson, some. I had to see what was going on, so I went to the Supreme Court site, pulled the MP3 of the arguments from here. And here we're going to take a listen.
Totality of the circumstances and conduct a sensitive inquiry.
Ms. Johnson,
Say your strongest case is potential juror right.
And that's the first one.
Death penalty attitudes or anything else.
Ms. Johnson, some time ago, Justice Alito asked you about the prosecutor's investigation of...
So wow, guys. Did you hear that? So they stopped and inserted, it appears to me, a clip. Okay, so you'll hear Kagan interrupt the first clip, some silence in between, then Kagan speaking again. And for the record, yes, this was a lousy MP3. He was working with a WAV file on his own computer. But there's a manual in the cat box here if you want to go get that on his files. But one of the Neon Revolt's readers at jholmes55 did a favor of aligning the two clips on top of each other so you can hear it even better. Here we go.
Ms. Johnson, some time ago, Justice Alito asked you about the...
Let's hear that again.
Ms. Johnson, some time ago, Justice Alito asked you about the...
So, sounds awful and a lot like editing, right? Well, the only way to be 100% sure is to look at the skeptical graph of the waves form. So Neon Revolt did. And here it is from the interruption clip. So if you kind of look at that, let me just make this a little bit smaller for us. There we go. All right, so that's the whole clip right there. So you can kind of see here's the interruption clip, right? So, Miss Johnson sum. And then here's the Kagan solo clip, Miss Johnson sum. So you look at those and they look astoundingly similar. Okay, and here's a GIF of that. And you see that spiral on the right. That's the same clip. And we're looking at the spiral on the right, which means someone is editing the oral arguments heard at SCOTUS in a way never been publicly aware of before. They inserted RBG's audio. The waveforms prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt, and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling you a bill of goods. What they did, why did they do this? I don't know, but it's astounding to consider what they're hiding. Cameras aren't allowed in the Supreme Court right now, but whatever the deception they're pulling over there needs to be exposed. If there's a justice sitting on the court who can't function due to failing health, and there's going to be, going to such lengths to cover it up, that justice needs to step down immediately. Because now we have hard numbers based on evidence that they're hiding something pulled directly from SCOTUS's own website. And the only way to hold the highest court in the land accountable is by making the public aware of exactly what's going on. Ben Davis, thank you. All right, so this is, you can support Neon Revolt 2 at his Neon Revolt shop. And thank you very much, Neon. That was very intriguing. Shady, do you have any comments on this?
Well, this is interesting. Number one, the whole idea of no cameras there, and the distance it has been since her health in December, and now they're inserting her voice into the arguments. I mean, if that is really going on, can you imagine the outrage if we could get this to the greater public? This is insane. I mean, we know her history. And look how they're protecting. What do they think? What do they think they're going to do with this?
That's right.
I mean, they're going to just continue pretending like we have 9 justices if she's not around, or where are the attorneys that are making these arguments without her being there talking about this stuff?
That's right.
Stances and conduct a sensitive inquiry.
There's a lot of smoke here.
Yeah, and I'm just going to play it one more time.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Stances and conduct a sensitive inquiry.
Ms. Johnson,
Say your strongest case is
that's edited.
Potential juror right.
And then here's the other Miss Johnson sum. Here we go.
Death penalty attitudes or anything else.
Ms. Johnson, some time ago, Justice Alito asked you about the process.
I'm telling you right now, man, there is some major effery going on. So
there is.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to kind of skim by some of these. Again, we went over the facts matters. We went over Rep. Doug Collins. I've actually been digging on some of Rep. Collins's Papadopoulos interview. I've got a possible thread coming up, so stay tuned. I found some pretty interesting stuff. And if you guys want to grab the whole link, it's 240 pages. It's right here on this tweet.
He was on Ingram last night, and I was like, why don't you ask him a relevant question? She wasn't asking him. He was there to tell his story a little bit. Like you could almost feel he was freed. Like
Right.
he wanted to talk about his case. And the questions that she asked him didn't dive in. Like he's being accused of meeting with Russians, and he's saying that the people he met with were actually intelligence officials from other countries, but she doesn't dig in on that. She kind of just breezes right over it and doesn't give him the opportunity to kind of expose this next layer of all of this, which I was a little frustrated with.
Yeah, Amanda says the killer part would be finding the original clip that have been used. Well, we do have the original clip of Kagan saying Miss Johnson some twice in the
Right.
same broadcast. But yeah, I agree. I mean, do we? I don't know if I need more. I just need proof of life. Press 17 for proof of life for Ruth Bader Ginsburg, everybody. And yeah, if Papadopoulos wants to come on the Matrixxx Groove Hour or the Q Lounge Live, he's more than welcome to come here and tell the full truth. We'll ask him real questions because we have a lot of the stuff. We're actually reading it. Laura.
Yeah, we have a lot of the
reading it.
background information that we could present that lets him know that we understand what's going on with him.
Proof of life. Awesome. Look at all those 17s. You guys.
Some of them are being hidden.
Most all of them are. So just know that there's a lot of 17s. Brad, your 17 was hidden, just so you know. But it's there. I saw it. All right. So again, and we're talking about again with this this right here. This is the Smollett stuff, Shady. And today, Fox News said that it's going to be a federal investigation now. And Q said on the 26th, will the AG need to get involved? So I think we're getting more Q proofs off this Jussie Smollett. There's been a lot of digging on Kim Fox, and the blanked out name could have been Camilla Harris. I mean, it's all put together, guys. It's, all being put together.
And there's a lot of rumors out there that he is actually related to her.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like Kamala Harris, maybe his aunt or something. Maybe not, but a lot of people are speculating that there's just too many connections for it not to be something,
Right.
family related.
Right. And I know I'm skipping ahead, guys, because we already kind of covered this stuff. But, look at this. Hate hoax. This is February 21. Hate hoax by Smollett. False flag designed to pass anti-lynching law. Gets wall-to-wall fake news coverage. Real hate, real violence and fascism carried out by the members of Antifa gets zero coverage. Reconcile 1 = 1. When will the FBI conclude their investigation into Antifa? What happens if the phone records of Smollett leak? And they did. Who did he talk to multiple times prior to turning himself in? We think it's Camilla Harris. Okay. Political forces at work. Enemy of the people. Q. Here is the meme that Brilliant Anon put together because Q said some of the proofs were missed. Here's the worth remembering. What happens if the phone records leak? And that worth remembering is the phone records that leaked. You just can't make this stuff up, guys. All right, so past 7 days, nothing to see here. This is the Bing search results that we did. So this came up after. So this is where we're actually starting off today. Let me go up to where we need to be. I'm sorry, guys. I just decided to go kind of through these quickly because that's where we're at. So this is the Bing search results. You click Bing right now. This was yesterday. Here it is today. Look at I guess we did kind of go through some of these, Shady, didn't we? On yesterday's show.
We went through a couple of them,
Yeah.
but just look at the list. Scroll down that list of all those articles. Everything within a week,
Yeah.
and all related to Q.
Yeah, here's the screenshot that Q posted. Look at this. There's Ann Vandersteel, right?
And now we have her and the Gingrich of PA and that whole group connected to MAGA coalition coming after Anons hard. They're attacking Praying Medic. They've set up fake accounts as Praying Medic and
Who else are they attacking, Shady?
pretending to be him. They're attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for instance, I had them attempt to set up a what they were describing to me as a information about Q to people who didn't understand it, And this was actually Ginger contacting me and trying to get me to go and get into some sort of format with them to debate Q. And it looks like another, like what Brian Draw and Strike put up there the other day. It looks like they were attempting a little bit of a doxing effort on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are coming. So they are coming after us, and the clowns are telling them, what to do. And we questioned Sebastian Gorka and this MAGA coalition the other day with Q, and all of a sudden they started hopping around like crazy people.
Yeah. And let me see if I have my. Let me see.
And they're also trying to connect. This is another thing they're doing. They're trying to connect the deep state plant stories that are blaming the stuff on Q. Well, they're pointing to those stories as the violence in the Q movement. And when Praying Medic was on with Bill Mitchell, he spoke of them being called out, and he made the comment that I wouldn't want to be called out the way they were for tax practices and things like that, because you'll have 10,000 anons digging on you. And they were spinning that in their tweets as a threat to them.
That's right.
It's open source information, guys. This is just talking about looking at things that businesses are supposed to do, like reporting and practices and where your donations are coming from. And if you're creating a super PAC, Miss Vandersteel was on with We the People yesterday explaining exactly what happened. I think that was very, very good. If you missed that, maybe go back and check out those guys with 412 and We the People Insider of the Patriot Power Hour. But she came on and gave a 10-minute synopsis of what they tried to do with the MAGA coalition and what they are doing. And they had this whole website and all this stuff. And now their link goes to a YouTube channel that has 500 subscribers.
I know, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you can keep pretending like you are legitimate, but it looks otherwise from our vantage point.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. These guys are Oh, I wanted to do this too. I wanted to talking about Smollett, staying on Smollett real quick. I'm going all over the place, guys, but this is it. They
can follow us.
Yeah, I don't think he's out of hot water, man.
No, he's not.
And look at this observation by Candace Owens, Shady. Imagine if a white male actor faked a hate crime against himself by pretending black men attacked him in the middle of the night, then was subsequently acquitted of all charges. Hashtag Jesse Smollett is an utter perversion of justice who just destroyed the myth of white privilege.
or pretended like it was, this is insane. They have the pictures of them buying the stuff. They have the checks. They have the paper trail. He wrote them a $3,500 check for this event. The evidence is clear. This is like I said yesterday. This came straight from the top of. This came from 44. And we know now with the text messages, I don't know if anybody out there saw them, but there are text messages between Mrs. Fox and the former chief of staff of Michelle Obama, who called her and said, "Oh, well, the relatives," and then she's like, "Oh, we'll see what we can do." All these texts are out there, and even the Fox media aren't properly covering this, in my opinion.
That's right. And so then you got the next post here, 3208, we kind of covered as well, but here's the Antifa activist facing assault charges was tied to why do they say Democrat policymakers? I mean, who teaches these people how to speak? Okay, sorry. Then, well done, Anna, the Anti-American Party of Hate and Crime, Q. Then this is the Neon Revolt article that I dug in, but man, I tell you, this is huge. Neon hat tip, major hat tip. Then Q posted Hannity tomorrow, 9 p.m. So tonight we got an interview with President Donald Trump on Hannity, so we must watch that. Then we've got this DAG inquired, so Deputy Attorney General inquired about our plan that FISA target if he mobilizes given the physical access he has. DAG +2, McCabe, discussions regarding wear a wire entrapment regarding 25th Amendment, the more you know, Q. So this is from the texts from Andrew McCabe, and it says, I tried sending an email to blank, but it looks like it bounced back. Are you still getting the blank emails? DAG inquired about our plan regarding FISA target if he mobilizes, given the physical address he has. Let me know if you got the email. I will forward from Tash. I can't read that one, but anyways.
Yeah, it's Tash. That's short for Tashi. I can't remember her name, but that's the first 4 letters of her name.
Okay, gotcha.
She was on one of the Q lists.
That was the Tasha person, right? The Shishina, whatever, maybe.
Yes.
Yes, on the Coke bottle. McCabe page text reveals high-level intel meeting after 2016 election. Moving on. Anon says this.
Just real quick here on this, it's also showing in this text messages that there's cooperation between James Clapper and Peter Strzok and what's his name, Andy Cohen or whatever his name is, the other guy with Brennan. So all of these guys, Clapper, Brennan, Strzok, and Cohen, are meeting together, and this is dated 12/12/2016.
Yeah, and that says, by the way, Clapper told Pete that Clapper told Pete that Clapper was meeting with Brennan and Cohen for dinner tonight. Just an FYSA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, says Andrew McCabe.
No deep state coup here.
No, nothing to see here. Move along.
No bias. No one is biased against the president. How many times during the Kavanaugh hearings or during the Strzok hearings did you hear the other side say there's absolutely zero evidence of any bias anywhere? This doesn't exist in the world.
Right. So somebody said this too. Whoa, Q. These texts are from 2016, long before RR became Deputy Attorney General.
Sally Yates.
So if Sally Yates, she was DAG during this period of time, what if he referred to regarding DAG was RR planned to assume Deputy Attorney General at that point in time? Bake your noodle. Q.
Now that is an interesting little statement right there, Matrixxx.
Right, it is. It really is. And
there's not too many references to this bake your noodle other than Matrixxx references, by the way.
Yep, bake your noodle is it is a Matrixxx reference. And let me just cruise down to it. Hang on one second.
And it also has to do with commenting on something and then inciting an action from you. A lot, maybe a little bit like what's going on, the scene. Do you have the scene up there from the movie?
Yep, we're going to play it right now.
Yep.
How did you know?
Oh, what's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
Interesting. So here Shady and I are telling you guys about all this stuff, and many other Anons telling you about this stuff. Would we have known had Q not told us, right? This is, I think, a couple of different, there's a couple of different decodes on this, and we're going to get into the others as well. But Break Your Noodle is pretty amazing, guys. It could be a Matrixxx hat tip, or I'm just reading into it too much, Shady.
Well, it is definitely showing a connection to what that scene there is. That scene is very important in the movie because it gives you the sense, it gives you the understanding of a future proves past event, even, right?
Right. And here's an Anon decode of Break Your Noodle. And did Rod Rosenstein participate in a plan to mentally incapacitate POTUS to invoke the 25th Amendment? If so, is he willing is he a willing participant or a double agent? So it goes back to Q Post 30. It says, would you believe device was placed somewhere in the White House that could actually cause harm to anyone in the room and would, in essence, be undetected? And then it goes back to the 3211 post, Bake Your Noodle. And then it goes back to the 25th Amendment as well. So Section 4 addresses Section 4 addresses an incapacitated president who is unusable or unwilling to execute the voluntary declaration contemplated in Section 3. In this amendment, it is this amendment's only section that has never been invoked and allows the vice president, together with a majority of either principal officers of the executive department or of such other bodies such as Congress may law provide, to declare the president unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office in a written declaration. And then it also talks about, that's the 25th Amendment. And then you've got that going down into the, I tried sending an email to blank but bounced back. Are you still getting the blank emails? The DAG inquired about our plan regarding FISA target. If he mobilizes, given the physical address he has, let me know if you got the email I forwarded from Tash. And Rosenstein inquired about our plan regarding Trump. If Trump mobilizes, given the physical address Rosenstein has. And then the bake your noodle part is the microwave weapons are a prime suspect in the illnesses of the U.S. embassy workers, and I believe that was in Cuba. So doctors and scientists say microwave strikes have caused some sonic delusions and very real brain damage among embassy staff and family members.
Remember, this also happened in China.
Yeah.
With U.S. diplomats in Cuba and China.
That's right. And then if you look at Serial Brain 2's decode, which is the taking the 2 o'clock clock face and dropping them on the top 200 list, there's me. And it's talking about the microwaves are main suspect in the attack on U.S. diplomats in Cuba. And then there's a gentleman up top says powerful testimony surviving electronic harassment, V2K gang stalking from ex-military engineer. And if you look at Q post 2468, why do the attacks come in waves? Q776 says, are Anons safe? That's what they say. And Q says yes. And Q774 says discoveries must be original, organically. They must originate organically. Hive mind, Q. And then, interestingly enough, uses the finally be strong in the Lord and his mighty power, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms, which is Ephesians, and that's Q 14:32. And the Democratic new playbook order is shoot weaponized electromagnetic waves at online Trump supporters.
And then Q is saying things like bake your noodle.
Bake your noodle. And then what is this, Shady? What did we just find just before the show? Or is bake your noodle? Yeah. Go ahead. And I got it right up on screen if you want to take it.
Yeah, just noticed that he had just signed an executive order protecting the U.S. from potential EMP attacks, which is interesting. Remember before we were talking about a little bit with the wall and how the wall is overemphasized in the Q post. It almost leads me to think that the term, the wall is more important than lots of evidence suggesting that the wall could possibly be some sort of electromagnetic pulse protection system, whether it be from our southern someone south of the border or in general as a country protection mechanism. There's lots and lots of speculation. That's all speculation, obviously, but it does indicate through different clues that the wall is more important than means more than just preventing people and contraband from moving back and forth across the border. Like, it has a significant alternative purpose.
So President Trump on Tuesday signed an executive order directing federal agencies to identify threats posed by potential electromagnetic pulses, or EMP, which are believed to be potentially dangerous to critical infrastructures like the electric grid, and to find ways to guard against them. And today's executive order, the first ever to establish a comprehensive policy to improve resilience to EMPs, is one more example how the administration is keeping its promise to always be vigilant against the present dangers and future threats, she said. And that's our White House Press Secretary, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. The officials noted during the call with reporters that the National Security Agency, released in 2017, was first to identify EMP as a threat, and that the executive order will build off that work. Quote, "We are taking some concrete steps to address this threat," one senior administration official says. The steps that we are taking are designed to protect key systems, networks, and assets that are most at risk from EMP events. Sarcastic, bake your noodles. So just very interesting article here. So they're taking action on longstanding recommendations from the scientific community. and the consequences associated with EMP events. That's the
Well, you remember,
essence.
going back to before Q started to post, and the general conspiracy community and the idea of EMP was consistently being used as a doom and gloom scenario, scare, tactic of what an EMP is, would be a blast that occurs 50, 60 miles above the ground that can spread out and shut down electronics, be it your vehicles or your phones or the electric grid. That's the disturbance that they were threatening, North Korea was going to do to us, or would be coming in, against them. We kind of now learned that these were systems that the CIA/deep state were building in other countries to use against us. And now we have the president who, quote, doesn't entrust the intelligence agencies, issuing an executive order to protect America from an EMP attack. So the layers are really, really intricate to pay attention to here. And like I said, I definitely think this wall is more than just a wall.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you got an electromagnetic wave, an EMP, and photons, it does. What does it do to the body? The nerves in our body, they're surrounded by sodium and potassium ions. So the electrochemical action of the ions interacting through the membrane of nerves cause neurons to release chemicals, and that affect other neurons that can cause the body to respond. So the movement of the neuron action is electrical. It's caused by a chemical interaction, right? So it's an electrical charge that's involved, but signals between the neurons are passed chemically, not as an electrical current. As such, signals travel at pretty fast, right? 100 meters per second. So it could hurt our bodies, guys. It could give us cancers. It could affect our cognitive process of the left hemisphere of the brain.
Well, let me even throw another little loop in there with that, because a lot of people don't realize the effects of chlorine and the sensitivities that chlorine is to microwave radiation. So if you put the right directed amount of radiation, microwave radiation, on a jar that has chlorine in the water will burn. It'll catch fire. You can actually light the bottle of water on fire that's full of chlorine with microwave radiation. That is real. That is, you can go to YouTube, you can find videos that show demonstrations of that. So now think about what Q was talking about, the chemicals and all the chemicals in our water and the chemicals in our body, and the syncing up to the vulnerability of your body and the water in your body concentrated with chlorine to a electromagnetic directed energy / EMP type weapon. Okay, bake your noodle.
Yeah, and this research, it suggests that it can temporarily short circuit the logical circuitry in your brain, guys.
Right.
I mean, this is huge stuff. So it's not just going to stop our cell phones. I mean, a short pulse can even take out a pacemaker. Okay, longer pulses are going to be more dangerous to our bodies, and we can withstand a little bit, but not what could be coming on the horizon, quote unquote. And we're not really afraid of North Korea. We're afraid of the clowns that were in control of North Korea to put an EMP on us.
Exactly. And now that they're under control, we have systems systems have been overtaken, but they still have operational capacity. You guys are seeing they still have operational capacity. This is not a game.
Absolutely.
So for everyone, this is this is information that's readily available out there, and we think that Q is pointing us to some of this stuff because we're going to have more information about it soon as a foundation, a little groundwork to say, okay, we're going to work with this now, but you'll see why later.
Right, and this is not, Rosebud says nothing new to target individual microwaves. Absolutely, we had the heart attack gun, right? That may or may not have taken out Andrew Breitbart. In the 70s, they were, the CIA was in front of Congress or a House, question saying, yeah, we have a heart attack gun. They even showed it to you. I mean, just think what they have now.
And they talked about it. And you go through, look at some of the new stuff coming out about history. We have discovered through studying some of the past civilizations where it really does look like directed energy weapons have been used on planet Earth for quite a long time. There's immense amount of evidence to show that these types of weapons were used to scrub cityscapes over 200 years ago.
Absolutely.
That sounds, that is reality. If you look at some of these places that used to have huge city centers in the ancient world, they're just grubbed down now to what looks like glass. You can see these places in northern Russia. You can also see them in India. It literally looks like the ground has been turned to glass.
Yep. And check this out. Here you go. Just to show you.
And they were all bragging about this.
Yes, it does, Mr. Chairman. And a special one was developed which potentially would be able to enter the target without perception.
The poison was frozen into some sort of dart, and then it was shot at very high speed into the person. So when it reached the person, it would melt inside them, and the only thing would be like one little tiny red dot on their body, which was hard to detect. There wouldn't be a needle left or anything like that in the person.
But also the toxin itself would not appear in the autopsy?
Yes, so that there was no way of perceiving that the target was hit.
What do you think of that? Bake your noodle. And that's from the 70s, so imagine what they have now today, right? They don't even need to pierce your body anymore. That's the point I was trying to
This is from an era. Ben Davis Jr. is out there. We did a show together where he was presenting the architectural blueprints from 1972 or 1973 for social media platforms that look exactly like Facebook and Twitter. And there they are showing you heart attack guns in the 70s that look like something out of a comic film or something.
Absolutely.
So just use your logic.
Use your noodle. All right. So we're gonna go on to Q3212. It's Admiral Rogers. It says Anon says Admiral Rogers would have had lots of access. Didn't he turn off access to the FBI contractors? Q said, think Rogers T-Tower meeting right after skiff set up in tower. Think POTUS campaign leaving T-Tower base of operations the very next day. 1 + 1 = 2. Q.
And that was when they moved all of the campaign to Bedminster.
That's right.
From Trump Tower after they were told there was an intense spy campaign and a counterintelligence operation, a coup attempt against him as a candidate.
And a possible way of making our president, taking away his cognitive thought process via an EMP type weapon. Okay.
And the other Q post talking about device left in the White House. Remember, they remodeled the White House, extensive remodeling of the White House. Well, that was because they were going through there top to bottom, edge to edge, side to side, trying to find every single thing that they planted in that to either harm him or to harm other people by gathering intelligence.
Celia Burns says, I'm a physician, and you're absolutely right about targeted energy weapons and simulation of neurons. Our neurons are electrical circuits. V to skull, V to skull is real, and it's terrifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. And here's a better picture of the things there. So, if you look at this, 16 packages tomorrow, what are they doing here, right? So there's something deeper. And remember, Q says the deeper we go, the more unrealistic it becomes. Okay? And that's in my opening video as well.
And the choice to know will be yours.
And the choice to know will be yours. Absolutely. Nobody's going to tell you. You got to learn it.
You have to want the information, and you have to be plugged in. There's no alternative in a republic than people being aware, people being up to date, people being up to speed, people being plugged into what is going on in the political conversation. Our political conversation is so stifled right now compared to what we were looking at 150 years ago, and the truth in media that the deep state, the reason the deep state were inserting people in all facets of media was because the media they were boss. Like bringing pain to the central bankers in the mid 1800s. No one in America wanted anything to do with a central bank.
That's
150 years ago.
Yeah, that we showed you with the Payseur research that, they were trying to figure out who they were so they could stop them, right? That intricate map that Neon Revolt and that we came up with it, with this group dig on the Payseurs. It was an amazing dig. And by the way, I've actually got a couple of additions to the research, and it will be talking about what we're saving for last. So I have something big that I'm brewing, Shady. I haven't talked to you about it yet, but there's some interesting stuff that I just came across and did some digging on. And
very nice.
Yeah. So stay tuned, guys. All right, so that's the Admiral Rogers tipped off that the Trump Tower was bugged, but I think it was not only bugged, there was something else bigger there as well. This, guys, is our friend Joe M.
Joe M meme.
This is his meme used again, Q.
Much love, brother.
But you know what? I think, Shady, that means that we have to dig on him and expose him, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what the fake Q people out there are saying.
Right. Oh, by the way, I think somebody might have just H Young. Yes, there's an EO regarding EMP attacks. It's right here on the hill. Go ahead and Vega might just. I'll drop it in for Vega. Vega's so amazing. By the way, mods, you guys are the most amazing mods on YouTube. I've got to just, you guys are amazing. So thank our mods, everybody.
Give it up for some of the sauce providers out there. They've got the best sauce.
Right. Also, I want to tell you guys this. Cookie, I think, just dropped it, but we have a Patriots United Discord server that I pop into quite a bit. Shady pops into quite a bit. And if you guys want to go ahead and join that Discord, if you're new to Discord, we'll help you through it. But please feel free to come over to the Patriots United Discord server. And let's. It's also in the description of this video below. And that invite will only last a certain amount of time. So, get in while you can. And I'd love to talk to you guys. Okay.
And recognize that you're coming into our home.
Yeah. This is our home. Cookie just dropped it. So if you're interested in joining our research team, now is your chance. Invite to Patriots United Discord group. Click on that. Now, you'll have to install the app on your phone. You'll have to figure it out on your computer. But once you get in with that link, there's great Patriots there that'll help you figure it out. So it might look all crazy and freaky, but we'll be able to help you out. Some people will be able to help you out. So Q retweeted the obvious here. TT was bugged, most likely. You think? I thought that was kind of Q is actually kind of spoon feeding us a little bit more, if you guys have noticed that.
And Q is making sure he's talking to the people that know the information and the people that are coming newly to the information. It's very good.
That's right. And
he's not forcing everyone that's learning about Q to go back and read 3,500 drops. Or 3,200 drops. That's really, really good. I was hoping this would be the way we would proceed forward with the information as we go for new people, because we've gained so many eyes on this stuff, Matrixxx.
Oh my gosh!
We were dug in hard on this last spring, and just imagine from then we thought there were that many people paying attention to it then. Now we're a year later, and so this is just awesome, Q, for laying this out in front of people like this to not do what they do on the chans a little bit, which is demean people that don't understand something.
Yep, and I'd like to say good evening to you, Polina Takamova. Good welcome here to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. And, please, if you have any questions, we have great moderators there. Check them out. Oh, yeah, and be sure to check out intheMatrixxx.com, SD Cali. And don't forget to check out WeThePeopleInsider.com, SD Cali. Awesome. We're here all for each other, man. This is what it's about. All right, so here we go. This is the next Q, 3215. And Anon says, I thought this was known by Anons. And Q says, knowing what you know now, replay the story. Start late 2015. So let me actually go to that. And let's see what, let's go into, this will actually take you into the Q research where Q actually posts. And let's see what Q is responding to. Let me just wait for it because sometimes it takes a little time here. There we go. I thought this was known by Anons, so let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, yeah. So he was talking about this. So basically, it was talking about the, that we knew that was bugged. So yes, most anons, Shady, me, knew that it was bugged. Hey, Shadow Recon, showing love. Patriots Unite, where we go one, we go all, standing by. Thank you very much, sir. All right, so Kim Fox was linked to Loop Capital. Oh my gosh, so now here's the spider web.
Happy hunting.
Happy hunting, right? Loop Capital, what are the odds of that? So it goes to Incarnated ET, who, if you don't know, lost the original account. Make sure you get over there and follow.
A great research account here.
Yeah, so Kim Fox is married to Kelly Fox, who works for World Business Chicago, WBC, where Jim Reynolds of Loop Capital sits on the board of directors. Now, we know that Jim Reynolds is of the Reynolds bloodline, who runs Loop Capital, right? So we did a little bit of digging on him. And
a little bit, a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, a lot, because keep your eye on Loop Capital. Fox is Fox is married to Kelly Fox since 2001, and they have 2 daughters. They are Democratic Party, right? There's Kim Fox's votes right there. It looks like she blew away everybody. And then Kim Fox here again with their voting records. So this is challenged the incumbent Anita Alvarez in 2016, along with former federal state prosecutor Donna Moore. On January 14th, the Cook County Democratic Party endorsed Fox for the state's attorney. She won for the state's attorney on March 15th. And then the next one here is Kelly Fox. There's Kelly right there, K Fox at World Business Chicago. He's an anchor relationship manager case. So that's World Business Chicago. And then the next photo here is Henry M. Paulson Jr. Wow, on WBC. So now you have Paulson, who used to be.
You guys remember who Paulson is, right?
Used to be former Treasury Secretary.
Yep, right.
Basically, Paulson worked under the Bush administration.
Mm-hmm.
And he also was head of Goldman Sachs. He was the president and CEO of Goldman Sachs. And Paulson is in charge of one of the largest IPOs in history, and that was setting up the Chinese central bank.
Boom.
Done.
Yep.
The more you know.
It's Loop Capital was one of the drops where Q just dropped. I remember one of the first, he said just Loop Capital. That was the only drop.
Yeah.
Way back last February, I think.
Yep, Loop Capital, and that's good. So, major hat tip to you, Incarnated. You're
great
doing
research again.
Great research. What a great anon. All right, so this one here, this is a POTUS tweet from 22 November of 2016. Great meetings will take place today at Trump Tower concerning the formation of our people who will run our government for the next 8 years. Was this bait? So Q reposted that. So yes, that was bait.
Trolling is fun.
Trolling is awesome. Then we've got the fake news trying to portray QAnon as outlandish, and crazy. Attacks increasing, becoming more and more outlandish to paint as crazy. Hashtag fake news. Hashtag facts matter. Q. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Twitter from the Complex. And real quick, here we go. We broke it down. Everything you need to know about the QAnon conspiracy. What do you think about that, Shady? Did they break it down? Are they telling us everything we need to know?
Yes, they told you that Barron Trump was a time traveler.
Right. So this is everything you need to know.
And anons have proven, and we've been digging hard on that Barron Trump is a time traveler. This is insane, man.
But look at the comments, guys. I don't see any. I think we're the majority, folks.
The comments are good under this. The comments were good under this when Q first dropped it. Some Anons already had a hold of this a little bit before Q pointed it out to everyone. I just think badge of honor, guys. Make sure you recognize that. Look at everything we showed you with the articles in the last 7 days. I mean, we read that off yesterday. It was like 2 days, 6 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 days, 3 days. All these articles. Now this, and did you notice how? They're painting it in a way of like sympathetic to a crime boss?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like, the QAnon guy.
Oh, and
is
Patriots
more
are
intimidating than the crime boss that was murdered.
And Patriots in charge.
Patriots in charge.
You know, look,
that's
it's
right.
Patriots in control. Their deep state. It's not Patriots in charge written on his hand.
And you'll notice they do this all the time. They
screw
really
stuff up.
Right.
Like Ginger McQueen, who's a clown related to MAGA Coalition, says, "Where we dumb one, we dumb all." I got to give it to her. I mean, it's pretty funny.
I mean, it's not. Yeah,
I got to give it to her. Trolling is fun, you know. And she's a troll, and she's obviously in hot water right now because she's the treasurer of MAGA Corp.
But they're telling us that we don't know how to read spreadsheets. By the way,
no, you know it's funny. No, I can't even see mine.
They know that they know that we know that they know that we know.
They know that I know that you know that I know. Oh boy, that was Eddie Murphy. Let's not say the rest of that one.
I'm sorry, I had to stop short.
But look at this, guys. There is nothing here
supportive of this article.
No,
nothing.
Yeah, I'm in a cult. We brainwash people to think for themselves. Beautiful meme.
So look at what he's showing you as he scrolls down through there. Doesn't this, the complex writing this, doing this little piece right here, how is this helping them? If anything, just recognize it's helping you. It's helping Anons. It's helping us. No press is bad press. Your president will tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, don't they read their own stuff and realize that?
No, they're so arrogant. I don't think they do. You know, the same with the politicians.
Yeah.
The same with the politicians like Kamala Harris, Cory Booker. You can go look at their AOC, you go look at their dumb comments and see, even with her, a large majority of sensible people posting sensible things to their idiocy.
Here's some guy who says this is crazy. He has 92 followers. Woo! Yeah, it's very funny, man.
Troll farm.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Do you think the bot troll farm, the Russian bot troll farm, is on the farm at Camp Perry?
Oh, I don't know, man. I think it's everywhere. You know, you can just log in. You know,
but it's like like in Google, you're like walk into the troll bot farm section of the CIA headquarters.
Well, that's what I think. I really do think there is something like that, believe it or not. And I'm kind of
working on maybe, I don't know.
So I'm kind of working on some things too, like, putting together the Nike, the Avenatti.
We didn't even get to the Avenatti thing yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. We're going to keep
the creepy
going.
porn lawyer.
Creepy porn lawyer. All right. So what are the odds? Right? Then we've got that meeting in Trump Tower. Then we've got this one. The attacks are increasing, right? So we broke down everything you need to know. So you don't need to, learn for yourself. You don't need to ask any questions. I said, why don't you ask the Q? And it got thousands of likes, but I couldn't even find it underneath their article because I'm being censored. So does their stupidity ever stop? This is a good one. So Anon says, does their stupidity ever stop being so amusing? Hasn't for me. Badge of honor, Patriot, over the target. Q.
Enjoy the show.
Enjoy it, guys. Anybody being attacked right now by anybody is over the target. Period.
That's right. And
period.
you guys are creating some sort of a disturbance in the matrix out there. The neurons of the deep state narrative are not firing on all cylinders right now because of the interruptions of your self-thinking positions on daily events.
And Shady, let me just take this comment. This could be somebody new. This is LF Forever. Hi, LF. Welcome to the show. If I haven't talked to you or seen you before, welcome. And LF Forever says, all this stuff that is being covered is so sick and evil. And you're absolutely right, LF Forever. And that's why we're exposing it. And that's why I recommend putting on the armor of God when we're talking about this stuff, because it is that evil. You're absolutely right. And if you could please, smash the like button for us and subscribe, really, really would appreciate it. Thank you. And there's Carly. Stay tuned. All right, so we're gonna cruise on over to 3220. This is a YouTube video with Van Jones, and it says, sometimes it's good to go back once you've gone forward, knowingly, and this is in quotes, knowingly pushing a narrative that is false, fake. This is CNN, the media arm of the D Party. Think for yourself. Q. All right. And I just captured a screenshot. You know, it's Van Jones. You took the whole thing out of context. Okay. So let's go ahead and just check this video.
See if it's out of context.
Yeah, see if it's out of context.
Who comes up to me on the street, acts like he's my friend. Remember this guy? You took the whole thing out of context. We had a whole conversation. Why do you guys just take a little clip and a little clip and put it together? If you're honest, show the whole thing. Put the whole tape up.
Van, this is James O'Keefe. What was taken out of context?
You saw the thing yourself. You know what's taken out of context.
Hey, man. We met in Palm Springs a few years back.
Good to see you, man. You good?
Yeah. How you been? What are you doing?
Good. I'm trying to get my damn Uber to pick me up. Like the same thing, like probably half the people in LA are doing, like trying to make their Uber or Lyft app work.
Yeah, mine always goes. Whenever I order an Uber, it always goes to the alley behind my building.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, supposedly they're completing a trip nearby. So, how's everything in your world, man?
It's good. It's good. You've been in Oakland much recently?
I was just in Oakland yesterday.
Oh, really? Whereabouts?
We had well, Barbara Lee was doing an event.
Oh, right.
Downtown. Just a fundraiser, basically, for the political side of her work. So I moderated an event with her and Keith Ellison.
Oh, right on.
So
right on.
Good. Yeah,
cool.
Just, Bay Area is such a good place. Sometimes it's just so left wing. I mean, they're just like
they're hardcore.
Yeah, they're hardcore.
Old school.
Yeah, absolutely. How's everything in your world?
It's good. It's good. A lot's changed since we last saw each other. But I don't know. What do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really? Yeah. You don't think that?
There's nothing there you can do.
You get a break anywhere you go. How you living?
Good.
Yeah. Are you here for a while, or are you just passing through?
Wednesday. Out Wednesday. Back to DC. So good stuff, man. You good?
Yeah. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Just hanging in, trying to get through all this.
I know. It's crazy.
Are you shooting while you're out here?
I literally just got off.
I mean, like a Messy Truth or anything?
Oh no, we're not doing anything. Not probably until August.
Okay.
I said, look, I had to finish my book.
Yeah.
I had a book contract, and they're like, "You gotta take my money back." I'm like, "You can't take the money back. That's already allocated." I gotta get out the crayon and the book and start writing something. Anyway, so we'll take the spring and summer off, and let me get the book done, and then we'll be back up.
Good.
Figure something out.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Good to be here.
Yeah. Feel free to use our names in your book anywhere.
Oh yeah, don't worry. All the bad stuff. It was their fault.
Yeah.
For these guys.
Listen, we know our role. It's a red badge for a reason.
Exactly.
Like that's my job.
All the tire tracks.
I will keep you in focus, and then I will absolutely take all the blame.
Essentially,
we don't know.
Van Jones was recorded saying the Russia thing is a nothing burger. Okay. Right.
And that was how long ago? I mean, that video came out earlier in the summer, right?
Yeah, it says February 28th, 2019.
No, that was just them posting the whole video right there. But the original clip came out on 6/20 something. It says 6/26.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much for that. Yes. And this was catching up at the CPAC. Yes. Got it.
Right. And because he came out saying to them, "Oh, well, you took that out of context and cut it and pasted it." No, that looks like exactly what you said, which is exactly what all of us have known, and which is why we ended up with a group of morons as Democrats in the House, was because this information wasn't public.
Well, and Spud Forever says basically they caught him being honest.
They did.
Wow. No. You took me out of context. I meant lying. I meant I need to lie. This is absolutely insane.
Give me the James Earl Jones again. This is CNN.
This is CNN.
Thank you.
WNPC.
That is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Orange Man bad.
Orange Man bad. So Orange Man and Green Frog's good. That's all I got.
Green frogs everywhere.
That's right. So there's
Cackalicious.
Then, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, if you have not seen this, and I'm going to click over to it because it's absolutely a must see. I'm not going to play the whole thing or anything, but this is done by a band of Anons, and they did a bunch of videos. The first one was about 8chan, and it went viral. Let me just play a little bit of this real quick.
The air is clean.
Clean air, the cleanest ever.
The water is crystal clear.
Crystal, clean water.
We all drive hover bike, flying scooter cars. And the best vacation spot on the planet is North Korea. But this future wasn't always certain. Not if the deep state had its way. Their only obstacle? Donald Trump. This is the story of how they tried and failed to keep him from making America great again.
This is so well done, folks. It's Anon style, but very factual.
This is the creepy porn lawyer, aka Michael Avenatti. You might remember him as Banjo Kid in Deliverance. And he's not just a chisel-faced playboy/attorney/race car driver. He's the deep state's secret weapon, the one who would take down Donald Trump once and for all.
So, you know, guys, you need to
President
watch
Trump
the whole
back in
thing.
2006.
This is absolutely amazing, guys. Well done, Band of Anons. Only 672 views.
Get that link dropped in here and go over there and check this out. This is really good.
Yep, save it for right after our show, okay? We love you guys. There's a link one more time. Band of Anons, very, 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 very well done. I mean, I tell you, my sides were splitting after seeing this. So I definitely highly recommend Band of Anons. Very good Patriots running that, I'm sure. But they're Anons, so I don't know. And then here's the Bake Your Noodle clip again. Imagine that. So we basically covered everything, Shady, that we did. I do want to really quick give a shout out to someone that actually has an article right now. She's been retweeted by James Woods. She's been retweeted by Devin Nunez. She has the viral video of Rachel Maddow crying. And she's and one more thing, she's on Zero Hedge today. Yep. An article. So I want to let you know that not only does she have an awesome laugh, she's got a beautiful voice. And I'm going to play this video. This is Carly Bond, and this is her video.
One amazing Anon.
Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a listen to Carly. Let's support our Carly Bond.
Let the stars and stripes wave. They wave for liberty. Our nation under God. Our freedoms and integrity. Try to take our lives, we still will fight for freedom. The name of God will not be erased. Our nation under God. We are victorious under His grace. Our nation under God. Red glare, bombs burst through the air. Our nation under God. Hear the battle cry. Try to take our lives. We still will fight for freedom. We will champion the world. Our nation fights for the freedoms of every man, woman, boy, and girl. Our nation tried to take God out of America, but they'll never remove him from our hearts. Our prayers give us the strength we need. They shine from sea to sea. Our nation under
Thank you, Carly Bond. That's amazing. You can catch Carly Bond at the Patriots Soapbox YouTube every Wednesday, 5 to 7 a.m. Eastern. And she is followed by Real James Wood, General Flynn, Saving America for You, Jordan Sather, In the Matrixxx. Oh my gosh, who's that guy? But if you're not following Carly, get over there. She lost her account once. She's actually recouped pretty well. She's got 21.1 thousand followers. I will drop her Twitter link now. Carly, we love you. How you doing?
She's beautiful, Anon. Great to see you. So glad you're out there. They love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
And we love you.
That video of her, laughing at, the laugh was so amazing, and look at the voice she has. Just an amazing patriot. So get over there and follow Carly Bond. Everybody else does. I think I need her autograph, Shady.
Yeah, and so just amazing. This spirit, I woke up this morning and I stepped outside and I stood there and just in a moment of silence thought, wow, there is this underlying brewing of MAGA patriotism, love of country, love of each other. I can feel it in my bones. It's emanating from the ground. It's a swell of the true nature of this nation shining through the culture that has attempted to usurp you. And that beauty, it is translating into the mainframe of our reality, everyone. I want you to know that it's there. The electric, the frequency, you're moving the needle, Anons. You are moving the needle because of your focus on love and joy and togetherness. That's all we have to really do.
And here's Carly being retweeted by James Woods. There's Carly, Crimea River, just suspended my account again. I don't know. Did they show the Devin Nunes one? See, that's why we're the real news, Carly. Let me just see. Did they show the Devin Nunes one? I don't think they did. But Devin Nunes also retweeted Carly Bond. Okay. That's bigger than James Woods, even though I love you, James. I hope you're listening. Let's take a listen. We got to hear this again.
That Bill Barr stopped Mueller from doing. And that's fascinating. Because everybody would like to hear that from Robert Mueller as well as from Bill Barr. But at this point, it's only Bill Barr who is speaking on Mueller's behalf. Robert Mueller is still, at this point, publicly silent, as he has been from the very beginning. Although we'll have more on that in a moment. Here's more from the letter, though. Quote,
we're not supposed to think
it's I mean, she was crying, dude. She was literally like, oh, we're going to hear about that in a moment. I mean, it was hilarious.
Did they teach you to get emotionally connected to news stories in journalism school? Like, did I miss something? Like, what happened? What happened to pretend to be a neutral or objective? At least pretend.
I mean, they were pretending for a long time until Q came along and exposed it, and we wouldn't know a lot of this stuff unless Q.
Band of frogs.
Band of that is true. A bunch of frogs, like a gaggle is geese and in that kind of thing. An army of frogs is a bunch of frogs. It literally is called an army of frogs.
Yeah, do you know what a
group? Little chunks. I'm sorry.
Do you know what a large group of owls is called?
Isn't that something to do with a parliament?
parliament.
Yeah.
Large group of owls is referred to as a parliament. Just throwing that out there.
Right. So guys, please, please, please share this video. Share our YouTube channel. We're being stifled in a big way.
YouTube's not very friendly with the Matrixxx Groove plan here.
No, but we're going to continue to fight, just like we should. Stormy Patriot 21 Joe is here as well. Go ahead and follow him as well on YouTube. Stormy, if you want to drop your Twitter and your YouTube as well. We're all in this together. Not one is above the other. Also, this is a friend and a patriot that started a coffee company called Do You Covfefe, and it's called Covfefe, Making Coffee Great Again. They've got a red pill roast, drain the medium, swamp roast, Naga blend dark roast. It's amazing. Get over there, and when you check out, put ITM, like in the Matrix, ITM, and we'll keep in track. We're not getting anything on this. This is just to help out a patriot who wants to give you coffee, and that Amazon said, no, you can't sell your stuff on our platform. Okay? This is what it's about.
Coffee.
This is what America is about. Okay.
And I want to just throw out there, if I can, something else that's going on. He's talking about what they're doing to him. And this is a person with a business who's roasting coffee for the swamp roast, by the way. Oh, that's epic. I love that.
drain the swamp. Yep.
But there is
Mine is red pill. Mine is the red pill light roast.
And I like the dark roast. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of deep state shenanigans going on. And I want to take just a second here to report some stuff to you that is going on that a lot of people aren't seeing. One, we have had a farm bill that was passed this past year that legalized hemp in America, legalized the production, sale, and distribution of CBD. Okay. Now, if you understand what kind of that's relative to, some people do, some people don't. But it really is an amazing product for you and to kind of get away from some of this stuff. But what's happening is platforms, Amazon platforms, Craigslist platforms, Instagram are consistently, like for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they have been taking down all advertisements related to hemp. Now, I find this very interesting because this is something that was permitted, like all over Amazon. You could buy hemp anything. You could buy products that people were making and selling on their own. You could get onto Craigslist. You could start all these people with these companies to start for distribution of CBDs. This information was all over the place on Instagram. And now, within the last 2 weeks, they are attacking hemp and CBD, and they're pulling all the ads. If you go to Craigslist now, you type in CBD or hemp, there's almost no advertisements come up under a search. The same with Amazon. They're removing pet products from Amazon's platform. They're not allowing people to make CBD products, hemp-based products, anything that has the word hemp in it. They're taking it down off their platforms. And now we've just noticed with Instagram, anyone communicating about hemp. I live in Oregon. There's going to be a large amount of hemp grown here next year. And they're messing with the farmers here on the ground who are trying to communicate with people to make connections with other people. So the deep state is stifling the sale, distribution, and production of hemp on a level, from my vantage point, that is pretty huge out there. So that's something to keep your eye on and to think about, is why the deep state would be so concerned about you guys thinking about your health and thinking about not taking pharmaceuticals and using alternative therapies. CBD is a very good place to start. So I just wanted to throw that out there as a little deep state report on, that we've legalized hemp in America for the first time in 100 years. And now all of a sudden, all of these platforms are taking products down off of their to sell, or for patriots to start their own business. So we're going to work around them, guys, just like we're working around them here on YouTube and everything else. But that was a little piece I wanted to throw in there real quick.
And we're not going to be attacked by people that, the American dream is to do what you want to do
and to be self-sufficient.
And I'm not going to be attacked. I'm not going to put up with people that are attacking. In fact, the people that are attacking, should be suspect to anybody looking into this. This is America. This is America. Who's our president?
And the president passed the right to try. Does the right to try not include, if I have stage 4 cancer and I'm in a state that has, cannabis is illegal, but I have, a condition that it could be solved by a cannabis product that I'm restricted by my state from trying, but the federal government has passed a law that's right to try. So we have to make pushback on this. And the only way we make pushback is to stand up and, be whack-a-mole a little bit, but that is sort of the American way. And that's how we've created this beautiful nation of wonderful people, is because we were minded in the way of self-sufficiency and minded in the way of, we want to do what we think, not what you tell us.
That's right. And, if anybody needs, CBD in, flower form, go ahead to the intheMatrixxx.com website and contact us for your products. It's Shady.
Yeah. I mean, I am here in Oregon, and I do have access to all different types of material. If you were interested in starting a home-based business and would be interested in getting some material, whether it be biomass or flour, or even things like distillate and other stuff. So don't hesitate to contact me if you're interested. This is part of the web that I see that we could weave together to kind of, I know what's going on out there.
100% legal too, folks. This is nothing shady.
I know what's going on out there with your family and your friends and the people that are struggling and they're on pharmaceuticals. I read an article that said 67% of Americans are currently consuming pharmaceuticals. And I understand that these pharmaceuticals do have effects that are treating, quote, symptoms, but the side effects are immense comparative. And also, do you trust them? Do you trust the pharmaceutical companies to only be putting in those pills what they're telling you are in those pills? I do not. I have never, and I recommend that we should be extremely skeptical about the processing and about the material, what it is. You see they have guns that can cause heart attacks, okay? So let's think logical about the products that our friends and family are convinced by the deep state are safe.
Yeah. And back to, real quick, DuCafefi.com, coffee light roast. I love this.
Swamp roast.
I'm going to read the red pill light roast. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You drink the corporate anti-American coffee. You turn on CNN, read your failing New York Times, and go back to sleep. You drink the red pill light roast cafefi. You stay in Wonderland, and we show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all we're offering is the truth. And that's the best frickin' light roast cafefi ever made. Nothing more. I love it.
I love it.
Oh my God.
So great and creative and spirited and it's just amazing.
That's beautiful. And this is a patriot that is selling coffee, wants to do this full time, has another job, and I'm just helping him. Shady and I are just helping him. Okay.
And we're willing, and we want to help any of you. So do not hesitate to contact us. This is the platform that we are building is here to help all of us get out of the matrix.
That's right. And, I want to give you guys a couple of other little things real quick before we head out of here. Obviously, if you want to support us, there's the PayPal. My name is Jeffrey Peterson. That is me. As you know, I've been doxxed by the deep state. That's one way to go ahead and help out the cause. Also, if you guys, let's say you guys don't want to just do that, you want to actually get a t-shirt, well, we got that for you. New designs coming. We've got some very popular designs here. We've got a honk for Q for, let's get out there. Dig, meme, pray for the car. That's a die cut sticker with intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. The coffee cup is very good looking. We're going to do that so you can do Patreon. We got all that. So, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it for you. Thank you very much.
Right, we're bringing it together, and this is the place where we can find each other no matter what happens. This site will exist no matter what social media site they take down. I wanted to read real quick, crafted from the heart out there. Look at this. I have replaced 6 of the 8 meds I was taking with CBD. Look at that right there. This is what I'm talking about. People that know the information, before Q started to drop, there was there's tons and tons and tons of information out there about this. And the last thing in the world the deep state wants is for you to be able to plant some flowers in your backyard and harvest those flowers and turn them into medicine and take it yourself and heal yourself. If you do that, isn't that self-sustaining? Okay, that's an inner model. That doesn't require the deep state, doesn't require input, doesn't require making you think, all of those different things. Take your power back, Anons, all of us.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well,
and the power to heal yourself is yours. Trust me. It doesn't belong to a hospital, doesn't belong to a doctor, doesn't belong to a book. The power to heal yourself is yours. It belongs to you. If you think someone else or some other outside force is going to heal you, you have to change that narrative. You have to change that thinking, and you have to find the line of sight that says, I am going to heal me, and then stand in that power. And I'm telling you, that is 80% of the battle. The reason they demean you and say you've got this for this long and it's going to be this, and it's a stigma attached to every single thing over and over and over. That is the reason. So you don't come to that power moment that says, I am empowered, I am inspired, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to take control, I'm going to heal myself. That's the narrative that we're trying to implant, and we're bringing every day for you guys. You guys out there are something special and amazing, and I really appreciate you coming here and joining us today. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We just really are in the beginning phases of disseminating all of the Q information, and the conversation is getting ready to expand. So be ready, guys. Every news story from now on is going to directly correlate to something going on with you, with Q, with Anons, and with our future together as American loving, freedom loving patriots.
Yep, and Trinity's got her thing. You know, we've said a lot today. We're going to be heading out of here right now. We will be here every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And if it's not live, you can't catch us live, it replays. So don't worry. You don't have to get us live. You can replay. That's what people might be missing. That could be part of the reason. Then
also,
we've got the Q Lounge live. Real quick, we've got the Q Lounge live, 10 p.m.
With a special guest this week?
Yep. You say it, because I'm trying to line them up.
All right. I think that we may have Jordan Sather joining us on the Q Lounge on Friday night. He has acted like he's going to come in and hang out with all of you guys. And so we're going to get a spirited conversation going and dig into some of the stuff, but also just really spending time with the Anons and spending time in our circle is very important to us. And we really hope you come join us for that on Friday night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shady. Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Matrixxx Groove Hour, Q Lounge Live, 10 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And
winning!
We're winning. Who's tired of winning? I'm not.
I'm not tired of winning.
Real quick, by the way, before I head out of here, I want to say thank you to Delia, Sally, Amy. These are 3 of our new Patreons. Thank you so much. Without you guys, without the super chat here, without the t-shirts, without the paper, we couldn't be doing what we're doing today. For that, I am eternally thankful. Shady, I'm going to take them out. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Much love, Anon.
Yes, much love. We got Shady Groove with 3 O's on Twitter. At intheMatrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. intheMatrixxx with 3X's.com. QArmy social network. Get over there. Just in case Facebook, Twitter, go down. We know where to go. Rally point. Peace out, Anons. Patriots. Love you, love. Love you, love you, love much. Much love. Catch you later. Peace.